Hi guys, it's Eliss again and welcome to my digital dream. So today I want to talk about tips for fellow self-taught artists. Now disclaimer again, I'm not a professional. This is just my personal opinion, things that I have realized throughout my art journey as a self-taught artist. And please don't leave because I need your watch hours. So without further ado, while watching this speed paint, let's hop on to the 5 tips on how to grow as a self-taught artist. Number 1. Practice. Now I know it seems like the most pretty obvious thing when it comes to anything you want to learn, and I know some self-taught artists and beginners that get frustrated when they hear this advice whenever they ask people on how to get better at art, because the word practice itself is very general and vague. That's why the thing that we will point out for this first tip is what you should practice. How? Well, you have to look at your art. Look on what it lacks. If you can point it out, then maybe you could compare it to artworks from artists that you like that shares the same style or vibe as yours. And look what part of your art would you need to improve, and make a list out of it. After you do that, now you know what you should practice. But what if there's too many on your list? Well, you don't have to do everything at the same time. You can set which on your list is your top priority and concentrate on that. You can go from the easiest to hardest or hardest to the easiest. And speaking of the hardest one on your list, that takes us to the second tip. Number 2. Get out of your comfort zone. Most of the times, what we lack in our art is something that we avoid a lot because we are not comfortable or even enjoy drawing it. Hence, it becomes the hardest in our list of what to practice. But if you want to improve, you have to get out of your comfort zone. I can personally relate to this tip because I have said in my previous voiceover, you can watch it after this, I have been drawing for a long period of time. And some people could be impressed with that 17 or 18 years of experience, but when I think about it, some artists can be as good as I am or even better in just a year or two, or maybe a few more. And I know some people who were like that. So why didn't I? Because even though I was practicing, I only practiced what I like. And I did not go out of my comfort zone that much. That's what held me back. I have only started going out from my comfort zone frequently when I was in 4th year high school, but sadly my growth still halted because I barely draw when I graduated college in 2016 until the end of 2019. And going out from your comfort zone isn't the only thing that can hold you back. This takes us to the third tip. Number 3. Be open to criticisms. If you're a beginner, this might not be a problem since you know that you have a lot to learn. But for self-taught artists like me, who are drawing for a long period of time, this can be quite challenging since we might have already developed the pride that we have done this longer than other people and might think that we know our art better. But here's the funny part. Some people might see something in our art that we can't. How? Okay, story time. Back when I was in 1st year high school or 7th grade, we had this project in Filipino. We have to make a short comic and I forgot how it was related to our subject, but anyway, I did it and I was quite confident on my project because I know I'm the only one who draws a lot in our class. And when I look at it now, it's trashy, but not bad considering that I was only 11 or 12 that time. And now as I had expected, everyone liked it. Even my teacher liked it, so I was quite proud of myself and not gonna lie, got quite full of myself as well. And fast forward, the teacher brought submissions from other sections to our class because she was also our advisor or homeroom teacher. And so, when me and my friends started to look at the submissions, we found this very nice one and they started liking it. So in my mind, I was like, what? Is it really pretty? In my point of view, it wasn't something special. So I said, but mine is prettier, right? But they were so busy looking at it, so I asked them again, mine is better, right? And they finally paid attention to me and they were like, no, what are you talking about? And I was very hurt deep inside. But you know what? After comparing my work from that one, it was really a lot better than mine, and I even started using that style as well back then, though I never knew whose work was it. But the point of that experience is that even though some people who looks at your art aren't that knowledgeable or even know nothing about that field, it doesn't mean that they won't be able to tell if there's something wrong in our art or not. Now, you don't have to bend and do whatever they tell you and change your art style to the way they want, but you can always take their words in consideration and help you grow. What else? Number 4. Experiment. There will always be a room for improvement, so don't stop after doing the previous steps and end up limiting yourself. Try new things, new styles, and turn it into something that you will be able to call your own and upgrade your own art. But you don't have to push yourself too hard. That's why the last tip that I can give you is number 5, have fun. Most self-taught artists started drawing for fun, like me. I started to draw when I was very young because it was fun. So don't let that feeling die down and end up losing interest in art. How would you do that? Well, like I said earlier, don't push yourself. Sometimes motivations and inspirations might just suddenly drop to zero, and when that happens, don't push yourself to draw, even if everyone or algorithms forces you to draw regularly, because you'll only end up drawing something that you'll dislike and maybe even lower quality than your usual stuff. So yeah, don't. But of course, if you're making art professional or for a living, or you really like working hard and boosting your motivation is just a piece of cake for you, that's a different story. So that's the 5 tips I can give as a fellow self-taught artist. Practice, get out from your comfort zone, be open to criticisms, experiment, and have fun. I hope it helps. And if you got this far in the video, thank you so much for giving me your watch hours. Really appreciate that. You can look at my other works on Instagram or Artful. It is in the description. You can also support me on Ko-fi or Patreon or buy my art in Deviant. If you want a commission, my commission sheet is on a card link in the description, in Artful and in Instagram. Thank you so much again, and enjoy the rest of the speed paint, and see you in the next voiceover.